So, they say you can't fix stupid, but we're gonna attempt it. I have been having an issue with the passenger side fuel tank draining off. It actually ran out of fuel yesterday, left me stranded. It's usually a issue with the fuel tank vent. The tank that usually sucks dry is the one that's not allowing fuel to return into it, so that's usually the one that has the plug vent. I do have a replacement, but this one is an actual vent. I don't know if you can see through it there. For safety reasons, they put what's called an anti-siphon or a rollover valve, where there'll be a ball valve inside here that will lock up if the tank rolls over on its side or upside down or whatever. Usually in an accident like that, the tanks are ripped off the truck and it's on fire anyway, so whatever. Anywho, we are going to take off the old valve and inspect it before I go this far. Chances are I can inspect it and maybe fix it, but we'll see. So let's get going. All right, so let's show you real quick. I'm willing to bet this tank will spit. No, but you can see it feels like right to the lid, the cap. Let's go to the other side. We are in Leroy, Illinois. I drove for 10 hours, 58 minutes to get here, 650 miles. So I was super trucker. And this one's about half full. But we need to get to the top of the tank over here. I don't know if you can see it here on the camera. Let's double check. Oh yeah, so this guy right here is what I'm going to take off real quick and see if I can blow through it. Let's continue. So it's important to carry tools and carry the right ones. Unfortunately, I just bought this bag and just threw it in the truck, so I'll whittle this down to something a little easier. And always have an adjustable metric. See, it's very important. One side's metric, the other side's standard. As if it matters. Oh man. Anyway, the fitting is a 1/2 inch, so let's see if there's any truth to that. Oh, yeah, that's almost a 1/2 inch. Definitely metric. You probably should take the hose off, but you know. That's funny. I was on a video somewhere, in one of my videos, and someone goes, "I think he's lazy and fat." And I was like, bitch, I'm prosperous. I'm not fat. So you can hear that works. Should I blow on it? I mean, we are in public here. That sucker's, that's working. I'm gonna try the other side. And if that don't work, then we have a clog in the system somewhere. And that's bad. That's real bad. Of course, we put it on as tight as humanly possible and clip this little vent line on. Hopefully the camera angle ain't too screwed. Oh, look at the other side. I'm a little disappointed with that. I expected it to be clogged. Oh, I got here early today. I started my shift at midnight. So I was able to get parked early, which is always a nice thing. Okay, I'm gonna double check my camera here because I can look on my phone and see what the angles are and stuff. I want to make sure I'm making you guys a good video, you know? No sense in making crap, because, you know, now that I have over 100 subscribers, that's so fancy. I gotta step up my game there. Let's make sure this thing's, uh-oh. See that? That's kinked. That's not, yeah, that might be our problem right there. Just that little bit of a kink. Because in trucking, you can't have a little kink. You gotta have a lot of kink for things to work right. You gotta be real kinky. It's required. Oh, this is an adjustable metric. It is a 24 millimeter, or I don't know my standards. I work on Volkswagens. Okay, so that guy's. Ugh, don't suck on it. Okay. I'm going to say that our issue is something greater than what we got going on here. There's a vent in the tank cap too, so I might have an issue there. That little line on the ground there has got a kink in it. I'm gonna try to de-kink it. De-kink, I guess that's a word. The military's here, and somebody needs to teach them brand new truck drivers or government's paying for that you don't have to honk your horn when you're backing up at a truck stop. There's people trying to sleep here. I mean, I'm supposed to be in bed. I'd be quite pissed if somebody honked like that. I'd be startled. Oh, you never want to startle a truck driver. We're susceptible to all sorts of nasty stuff. You don't want me having a heart attack. Wake up out of bed, trip over my pile of piss bottles and snap my neck. Man, that would suck. No. This is leading me to believe that it's an issue with the tank cap. This little vent here. But right now, and I'll show you guys on the other side what it looks like. All right. You know, I just cleaned the interior of this truck. I'm the only one that lives in it, but man, there's junk everywhere, fast food wrappers. Like I'm a fucking company driver or something. I'm gonna show you something though while I'm here. I'm gonna change the angle of my camera. All right, straight back there, you will see two valve handles. That's right behind the shifter as it goes into the top of the transmission. There's two feed lines. Okay, that valve, there's a set of two. There's supposed to be a cable, or I think it's supposed to be a rod that goes to that little bracket there, and you pull to close, push to open. So right now I have my right side, which is the passenger side tank, is shut off because it's sucking air, and it's sucking fuel out of this tank and not sucking it out of the driver's side tank unless I shut off this tank. So I'm gonna leave the tank caps off tonight when I sleep, and maybe it'll equalize. If not, I'll be quite upset and I'll have to talk to the manager. But I will open that valve back up just so we can get cross flow. I'll idle the truck later tonight when it gets too hot, but right now I'm not gonna let it idle. And that is what we are looking at. I'm not gonna say it's fixed, but we'll check in the morning. All right, so I was saying earlier, you gotta mess with the shutoff valve. I use a fifth wheel puller. If you're over on this side of the truck, if yours doesn't have fairings like mine is naked, it's a Donald Duck truck. It don't wear pants. I can catch it right here, and we'll use the hook side. And come on now, and we can reach it right there. So now both valves are open. Both valves, the passenger side is open. Okay. If you're doing this while the truck's running, right here is the one box. It is very, very hot, so try not to put your arm on anything around here, or you will learn quick. So I don't want to leave the tank wide open, but place it to where it can breathe, maybe equalize by itself. Alright, so trying to fix fuel tanks last night, or yesterday, it didn't work, so I'm going to continue running off just the driver's side. For an idea of how cold I like to sleep, condensation on the outside of the truck. Oh, anyway, let's start our day. I got places to go, people to see, money to make. I stepped in here to grab some breakfast and walk up to the cashier, and I guess I caught her like the second before she was gonna go walk over and clean the showers or something, and she didn't even make eye contact with me, just seen me come up, and she throws her rag against the cashier and hobbles over to the fucking cash register. Didn't say a word, rang up my stuff, slammed the little barcode scanner on the counter. She was pissed. And I paid for my stuff, and I was like, ma'am, it's not healthy to hate your job as much as you do. And you know when you're in Illinois when she says, well, fuck you. Man, I love trucking.